correctly.
That I was.
Not after this weekend. Not after what this team did this weekend.
No, I think he's got those guys, and I give him a lot of credit for getting the guys to not let the Devers trade affect the clubhouse and maybe the chemistry, the vibe, and then that would then lead to maybe the performance on the field.
Well, I think it affected it in the opposite way.
Right.
I think it was a weight off their shoulders, and getting rid of him has allowed these guys to gel from a chemistry perspective, and we were talking about it earlier a lot, but heading into the deadline, I'd be very concerned about removing anybody from that baseball team because you're effing with the chemistry, and I don't think you want to do that.
But you need another pitcher, and so you got to figure out how you're going to get that. Look, you got to ask yourself, if you're the Red Sox right now and you feel like the clubhouse is in a great position, if removing a guy that, and we'll just use Durant because his name been getting.
Use Jarren Durant because we were talking about it last week.
Right.
And we were talking about the fact that you had an abundance of wealth at in the outfield position, and you're going to get some value for Jarren Durant, and so go ahead. I would not do it. I would not do it at all.
But is the clubhouse in a good position where they can handle that? They might be in a good position where they can handle that and handle that in a positive way, and that be part of Alex Cora understanding and helping that, because then that means you just get a guy like Roman Anthony playing every night.
Well, who's going to be in charge of the Wally head if Jarren Durant goes?
I think
that's my number one. That's my major concern.
Maybe Bregman will pick up the slack on that. Yeah, I think somebody can find
Well,
somebody.
they got to figure it out with Bregman too. That's the other part of this stretch that we're going into with the trade deadline. Is we were hearing from Scott Boras a couple weeks ago, got to get this trade done, and or sorry, this extension done. And I do think that there's some pressure there. Like the Red Sox may feel like they have leverage because he's been injured.
Right.
But I still think that even before that, he showed himself to be so desirable. I'm not at the point where, I know everybody loves Craig Breslow right now. I'm still not at the point where I trust them handling somebody who might become a free agent, because the Red Sox have not been good at that.
But he's got money with the Red Sox if he wants it. He becomes a free agent if he feels like he can get more money out there, right?
Right, but they can redo his contract in order to make it.
I would do that. I had this as a lead last week, and I feel it even more so today after what Ceddanne Rafaela said, giving 90% of the credit when it comes to hitting the baseball to the help that he's gotten from Alex Bregman. Like, give the guy what he wants. Like, keep him here for.
That's how I feel.
Keep him here for a long time. He's an additional coach. He's a veteran guy. He's been there before. Like, I would just get it done and do it immediately.
Yeah, but you just can't give him what he wants.
Why?
Yeah, but at the same time, if you don't keep him here, then you've now lost him and Devers for no reason.
Right. You already chose him.
Right.
You already chose him.
But I wouldn't just give him what he wants. Like, I would give him something that is reasonable and fair market. So you're not just going to say, all right, we're going to keep him here for the next 6 years and give him $225 million.
Well, if he wants term, like for the next 5 years,
right,
and you make it 6, including this year, and he wants something like 40 per, I mean, that's probably what he's going to ask for.
But that's a lot of money.
It is.
You
it's
think
baseball.
He's worth $40 million a year?
He looked it before his injury, and I don't think this is the kind of injury.
Right, but this is the second time he's dealt with this injury.
But the other injury,
and he's 30.
It happened like 5 years ago.
Right, but he's 32.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he's 32 years old.
But he's a spry 32.
Spry 32.
He's not a Ralphie 32.
I loved watching him carefully celebrate the walk-off so as to not risk a re-injure when it comes to the hammy.
Smart man.
Yeah.
What is this financial flexibility for? That you put yourself in this position where ownership, or really the front office, is saying we have financial flexibility. You chose him. He's the guy who you directly chose instead of Rafi Devers. So put a little of that money there.
I'd probably give him 2 more years on, because he's got, 2 more years on his deal left. I'd probably give him another 2 and I'd give him at, 40. Because
he's 40 for 4 years instead of 5?
So 160 over 4.
Yeah.
Would be the new contract.
Yeah, that's what I would probably give him.
Sound of Muzak in the Twitch chat says chemistry is a media creation.
Yeah, I disagree. They just look like they're having fun. They seem, when you watch it, body language experts, we all do it, but when you watch this team on the field, they love playing for each other and with each other. They love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Wiggy would know better than Sound of Muzak.
Yeah.
Is chemistry a legit thing?
I think, chemistry is definitely a legit thing, but more so the chemistry comes when there's somebody that maybe you don't, like, there's a lot of questions around that person, and that leads into this person in the clubhouse or the locker room asking questions. And then
you're talking about Devers.
Yeah.
You're
Devers.
saying the negative chemistry is more harmful than a clubhouse who feels like they've all got it going together.
Yeah, because the negative chemistry is what brings you down. Because you could still have chemistry and not be like this super, everybody's buddy type of deal. But it's more that negative, that guy that has enough juice where they can divide the locker room, or they can get one group of guys buying into what they're saying versus maybe what the manager's saying, what the head coach is saying, what the overall philosophy is. Like, if a guy is carrying
I thought you were saying Oval Office there. And I was like, well, that's another part of the chemistry right now.
Overall philosophy is
yeah. I mean, the streak started with a visit to the White House.
Yeah.
Or a visit to the zoo, depending on who you ask. So
it's more about buying in, Greg. And even Breslow talked about it in the front office. That's why you have to blow people out. And he fired some people who didn't believe in the philosophy that he had.
Yeah. This is Tim from Hanover. Hey, Tim.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I just want to chime in on the Sox, like what Wiggy was saying. We need, and both you guys too, Greg, we need the quality pitcher right now. The thing is, we made it there a few years back when we were almost there, when Maloney was going crazy with Fourier. Had the city winner in a roar. They were like loving it. Young kids were going to the ballpark, and that's what we need to keep going. So hopefully they don't mess with the team, like you said, Greg, and get that quality pitcher. Spend this year instead of dropping it last time.
Yeah. It's been 4 years. Like, it's time now.